Zach, it just seemed like it took you guys a while to get your guy. I know you got the early goal, but latter part of the first, early part of the second, didn't seem like you guys were right where you needed to be.
Yeah, I don't think we were playing our game early on. It took us a little while to find our legs maybe, but yeah, I thought we played better the second half of the game for sure. But I feel like we have to start a little bit better on time. When you spot a team, a 2-goal lead at the end of the first, it's usually hard to come back from that. So definitely a better start's needed for next game.
You get back in it, you get it tied up, and then they get that late one. How disappointing is that with the building jumping like that?
Yeah, I mean, we'd like to obviously get to overtime there. It's definitely an unfortunate bounce. Stuff like that happens in a game, but it would have been nice for our unit on the power play to go out there and create some momentum or even get a goal, and we didn't do that. So definitely tough, but it is what it is.
Is that one, it's 1 out of 82. I'm sure you guys are going to roll right past it and focus on the next one. But with an ending like that one, I mean, does that sting even more than usual, I guess?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like throughout the game, there's a lot of stuff we could have done better as well to put ourselves in a position to not have it come down to the end like that. I feel like if we start better, we get to our game quicker, it's, probably a different story at the end. So I feel like that's the main thing is playing for a full 60 minutes, and I don't think we did that tonight, especially early on. I feel like we got to our game, but yeah, it's a little bit too late, I guess.
It's a great example of just how fast things can change in this game too, right? Like before that, you guys had to be sky high, getting a tying goal and a power play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we tie it up, we get a power play, and we talked about wanting to get one on it, obviously. We didn't want it to go to overtime, and like I said, our unit didn't do a good job of getting in the zone, and that's frustrating for our group that's been really good at home this year. So that's a big part of it as well, is it's on us as well for not giving us that chance. But yeah, this game's crazy. It can take weird bounces and change on a dime. So tonight it didn't work in our favor, but we'll move past it and get ready for St. Louis.
James, how about that bounce at the end? How tough is that to see after the?
Yeah, that's obviously a tough bounce. I think just in general tonight, we obviously were a little too inconsistent with our own game, and just sticking to the process that we like as far as getting out of our own end, getting through the neutral zone, and then getting in their end, and then letting our offense come from there. I think we didn't get to that consistently enough tonight. So yeah, a little bit too inconsistent.
A wild turn of events where you guys tie it up, then you get the power play. Right,
yeah,
chance to go.
Yeah, crazy. Obviously, a big swing in the game there for sure. As far as being able to tie it, and then them challenging and getting a chance in the PP. So again, we had some looks at it, but yeah, I think again when you're too inconsistent, I think with our own process as a team, unfortunately, you leave the game up to chance.
Were you personally kind of feeling it tonight?
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to, again, my job is to obviously get to the front of the net and try to create havoc. And I think, again, guys did a good job as far as getting pucks to the paint and get a nice bounce, especially in the second one there. So that's obviously part of my role and my job is to make sure I can get there and try to be productive there.
Are you confident how that review is going to come back?
I feel like you never know when it gets challenged what it's going to be. I mean, I was confident that I was out of his way, and he obviously I was in the crease, but I think he engaged me more than anything, and obviously we're both trying to battle for the puck there, so it's just kind of a hockey play.
Is this one of those games that lingers with you, just to lose this way?
Yeah, we don't have time for that. We had another game in 2 days, so that's the beauty of playing this time of year with the schedule being how it is, and you get a chance to obviously take what we need to take from it, but we got to be ready to go in 2 nights, and we're right in the thick of a race to try to make the playoffs, so we don't have time to sulk and feel sorry for ourselves.
I know it's been a number of years, but do you still get up personally for games against Kane? 1-2?
Yeah, obviously, again, just we've been through this whole journey together from an early age at the U.S. program. I still think it hasn't been done as far as the draft. We're the only 2 Americans to go 1 and 2, so that's something we definitely take a lot of pride in. And yeah, he's had a hell of a career, and I think we both have a big passion for the game. So he's been kind of a great friend and someone I can learn a lot from over the years. So I think we have a great relationship that way, and you could tell he still loves to be out there, still loves the game, and enjoys everything that goes into trying to again continue to be productive and playing better. So again, it's always fun to play against guys like that when you have that history.
And it seemed like once they took the lead, they kind of sagged back, clogged up the neutral zone. How frustrating was that for you guys trying to figure that one out?
Honestly, I think they play a bit of an offensive game, which gave us some chances. I mean, we still were creating through that time after they took the the lead there. We came back and gave ourselves a chance, and tough bounce there with the guy coming out of the box. I mean, it sucks. What can you do?
Zach was saying it maybe shouldn't have come down to that maybe had you played and gotten to your game a little bit earlier, it would have had a different result.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, our first period, I thought we were a little bit out of sorts and trying to play a little bit more running gun than we should have. And I think if we stuck to the fundamentals a little bit earlier, maybe the game could have gone differently.
JVR certainly had impact in front of the net. How important is it for him to have that role and do it as well as he does?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been having an impact there for quite a few years now. So he knows what he's doing down there, so I'm just going to start funneling pucks that way and let him do his thing. He's extremely skilled around the net, and he knows how to put the puck in.
Does your heart just sink when you see the puck get deflected the other way in that situation? Final minute of the game.
When they scored?
Yeah, well, before that, yeah. It's just that whole sequence.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I mean, Proby goes for a one-timer, it deflects off the guy's pants and right up the middle. I mean, a few degrees different on that shot, and we're in a different situation. So that's hockey, though. I mean, bounces happen, and that's the way that game went.
Adam, what was the team able to do to finally kind of recover from the slow start?
I think we just came out in the second playing the way we should have been playing. Even with the slow start, I think we still should have won that game. I think we were playing really, really well and well enough to win that game. Like I said, a tough bounce, put them up with 30 seconds left. But I was confident in our team. I thought we had the momentum going there, and I liked our chances.
I did feel like there were a lot of odd bounces in this game in general, just off sticks, off boards, off everything. Does that make it kind of tough to have flow in the game?
Yeah, I mean, there's some tough bounces, but there's tough bounces every game. They either go your way, they don't go your way. Like I said, that's hockey, and you can't really blame bounces for a win or a loss. It comes down to the players and executing, and just wasn't going for us for tonight.
Dean, how about that finish to come back a couple of times and get a bounce like that? How big of a kick is that?
Yeah. Again, I would love to be sitting here and, at least with a point and having the opportunity, but, we made a mistake, right, at the end. We should get out of there. But you know what? Our group's trying to score, trying to obviously try to score. But we make a mistake at the end. The resilience of our group is good. We made a mistake. It's fine. We'll learn from it. We'll go forward.
Do you have, in a situation like that, do you have one player that's assigned to watch the box and be out and back?
I mean, you don't know. There's not a, you go back or whatever. It's clock awareness. It's recognizing, like where we are in the game, obviously, and just get out of there, right? And we didn't. And like I said, we made a mistake. Ended up in our net, unfortunately. Could have went the other way.
Obviously, JVR's been such a net front presence guy his whole career. How important is he in that role for you, especially on a game like tonight?
Yeah, I just looked. He had, 2-1? Played real well. Thought that whole line did. JVR's a pro, right? He's goes about his business and gets to the net, and when he gets there, he's a presence there and has really good hands to score goals.
Team is had a little bit of a slow start, but was able to get it going later in the game. A couple of guys were saying that they felt like they should have won this game. Do you see it that way?
Well, I think our start was not very good. Our first period wasn't very good, obviously, and where we have been starting right, and we didn't in this hockey game. Obviously, the second period we did, but yeah, that probably hurt us as much as everything that happened at the end. That circumstances that we have to understand that whoever we're playing, they're going to play, and they're going to play hard. And Detroit did, and we didn't at the start.
Did you sense the awakening when Werenski scored in the second? Is that where you guys started to kind of click?
You know what? I just thought we were just start of second period. We got to our game again, right? Like where we were playing Columbus Blue Jackets hockey and not getting into a bit of a run and gun. And, there's some penalties that kind of took us a little bit out of it. But we didn't play the way that we play for 20 minutes. We got to it in the second period. But to answer your question about Z, I just mentioned to the group in there that every time he's on the ice, I think he's going to score or he's going to defend extremely well. So unfortunately, he can't play 60 minutes.
Last two games, Elvis has been so good. He seemed like he was kind of fighting it tonight. Did you get that same feeling? And if so, how early on do you realize that?
No, there's a couple saves there in the third that were freaking phenomenal. So Elvis is competing his ass off. He's given us a chance to win every time he's in that net. No issues there. Thanks, guys.